smile.
Hello.
Hey there, how are you?
Happy spring
Wednesday.
day.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
It's not raining.
Hump day. That's true. It is chilly though.
Yeah.
Which that 30 degrees, those two, yeah, I'm not quite ready for 30 degrees.
Do you know what those 30-degree days did? They got rid of all of the trilliums. I went out today to go see trilliums, and with those 30-degree days, the leaves on the trees just popped wide open.
Oh.
And as soon as the leaves are open, there's too much sun for the trilliums to hang around.
Right.
Like if it's a cold spring, they'll last for easily 2 weeks just at maximum.
Somebody just told me where in the county there was a whole field of trilliums.
Well, when we're offline, I'll tell you where I've gone for 22 years. But it's private property.
Right. Private property with permission, right?
Contact me via Instagram, and I'll tell you.
And then become a friend and follow.
Yeah, on Instagram, yes.
If you follow Bill, he'll give you the
follow
tour
me
of the
on
county.
Instagram, and I take you anywhere. I'm going to continue because they're so good. Lesley's mom, Rosemary, who I hope is watching, and I can say thank you, made cookies. She thinks
Eleanor.
they're for Lesley, but they're actually for me.
Well,
right
technically
now.
they weren't specifically for me; they were for her grandchildren. But well,
Hi,
as long as
Grandma.
we bring a couple home for the
they're
kids.
so good. The ginger and
I am having a nice day. Thanks, Eleanor. Are you having a nice day?
I'm having a fabulous day.
Good. Yeah. So I was in Belleville, went to visit my dad. We took his 1988 Jaguar out for a drive because he can't drive anymore, and we did a little tour around, added some gas. It has 2 gas tanks.
Wow.
Anyways, we found a gas station that was $1.85.
Really? Where?
It wasn't actually on the res.
Mm.
Where were we? Highway 2, Shannonville-ish. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just starts talking, and I just start driving, and then of course, and we even went through the car wash, which took over a half an hour because there was a lineup of people waiting to go through the car wash. But he wanted it all spick and span because he's trying to sell the car. It's a beautiful Jaguar. If anyone's interested in 1988 champagne beige color.
Won't fit in my garage.
It's even the air conditioning works. I think it's only got, it has 100 and, no, I'm sorry, not 100. It has 72,000 kilometers on it.
Is it kilometers there?
Yeah.
Or is it miles?
No, it's kilometers. It has a
Okay.
button, you can switch it. There's so many buttons because Dad's like, can you open the window? I'm like, nope. The windows are in the center and there's all these buttons. So, and it went through the car wash, no leaks, so it was good. And boy, my God, it's those old cars that just float on the road.
And
They
they're
just,
there, yeah.
it's pretty nice.
And they're also very cool because if you lift up the hood, you recognize what's in there.
That's true.
And if you want to do, my favorite thing is in the winter when you get the first little bit of snow, is to go to the country and do wheat donuts. Well, you can't do that with new cars.
No, it's true because they're
you've got all
front
these,
wheel drive
well,
too.
they have all these little brake things that are sensors.
Anti-locking
and,
brakes, yeah. I have a button I can turn my
but
anti-lock
it's way
brakes off.
complicated now.
Why would you turn your anti-lock
So
brakes
you
off?
could do donuts in the
I
snow.
guess. I mean, is that really? That's got to be the only reason.
Yeah, but it's so much fun.
It's true.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that's,
So goodies. What have we got? Goodies.
yeah, let's stay on topic now.
We got in more Leo and Roxy, and they came out with the rainbow. They come up with Pride colors. So this one is Alphabet Mafia. This one, their other one is Iced Coffee 2022. Where's the next one? Oh, this one's different. This is Marsha 2022, which I have no idea why it's coming Marsha, but they did these cool Pride
They're very
things.
cool.
And
Now they will be just kind of flecky little bits of
yeah,
bottle
they're not self-striping. They're gonna be a variegated. And then we got some other colors. This is Geek in the Pink. This is Youthful. This is if anyone knows my Love Note, which is like this electric yellow. I did it in this yarn with the Scott's. Oh, I think it's called Flash, and it's literally neon yellow, and it's a mohair.
This I
So
think would be
that.
my favorite. Look at the yellows in there, or the pinks in there.
Yeah, and that peaches. And then
Mhm.
this one, I actually love this. It actually is kind of iridescent. A little bit hints of pink in this.
I mean, it's very daily
Fuzzy
peach too,
peach
isn't it?
2.0. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Isn't that neat? It almost looks like your eyes tricking you.
Well, your eyes would trick you out.
What is that?
My
That's
husband has
copper.
an issue with vertigo, and this would do it any time.
I know, right?
Yeah. He's not
Sex
watching.
on the beach. I don't know why this is Sex on the Beach, but isn't that a drink? Isn't there a shot called Sex on the
Maybe
Beach?
that's why it's called that, because it looks more like a drink than
This is
Sex
a
on the
beautiful
Beach.
one. This is Everlasting. So these are on my website.
This is fabulous.
That one's great. What is this
I
one?
love
Ground
this.
Control. Oh, is that ground control?
Major. This is cool too.
Yeah, isn't that? So.
That would be a very cool sweater.
This color goes with everybody.
This is.
See? Everybody goes with that color. And I've been still dyeing my County Vacay yarns. This is Dunes Day at the Beach.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
How do you get this the same every single time?
Oh, it's
Is
a
it
bit
a
of a
recipe?
recipe, yeah. I mean, and
It's
then this is
yeah.
Ciderlicious, which knits up like this. And it's beautiful buttery gold, and of course it works beautifully with Dunes Day at the Beach. And this also works with, I thought I brought one, but County Sunsets too, because
And
it's
what-
got these gold tones in it.
What's the wool?
It's 80% superwash merino, so it's
Okay,
lovely
yeah,
and
yeah, that's
soft,
what I
and then
remember.
20 nylon.
The merino is
And then
just.
Erin challenged me to come up with a color that makes her think of Macaulay Mountain in the spring, riding her bicycle through all the woods and all the bright greens and stuff. So this is
That's
the one
pretty.
I came up with.
Is that called Macaulay Mountain or?
It probably
Erin
will
in the
be
woods.
Erin in the woods.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
And again, it goes, I'm trying to get these combinations so that you know when you're getting it, you've got that one would go with it, right? And you got the Ciderlicious. And then the other one, Erin came up with the name Limestone and Lilacs. So I am going to try this week. I've got to get these on the website. I'm just trying to find the perfect skein with a swatch knit so I can take photographs.
And this
So,
weekend is
it's
Victoria.
lilacs.
No, Victoria Day next weekend. The
Okay.
weekend after Victoria Day is always lilacs at their peak.
Oh, really?
As long as we don't get
'Cause
a nasty rain.
They've already opened up on the...
Started
Okay.
because I was up by your place this morning.
Oh, were you? Okay, because that one road,
Yes.
the intersection, there's a four-way intersection. It's not a stop sign when you're going on 17, but every time when I know I'm coming close, I start rolling down, doing the
Yeah,
window, because
yeah.
the smell, it's like lilac alley on
Yeah.
the ditch. Oh my God, it smells
Yeah,
incredible.
they'll be pretty fabulous this weekend too. So yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it's just
and the
this
smell will be
the
there
next
for
10
sure.
days is.
Peak season. Okay,
Yeah.
because my apple tree is blossoming, my Macintosh,
Yeah.
my crabapple tree is
And it's-
blossoming. It's all, everything's popping blooms.
Yeah,
And it's
this
funny
is
because my crab like the flowers are so dark red, you almost don't see it because it's really dark wood.
really.
So I keep thinking it can't be a crabapple tree because they're kind of more pink blooms.
Does it have crab apples on it?
It does, but they're,
And guess
you know,
what?
but isn't there a different version if it's got red flowers? Like it's
Yeah,
dark
there
red.
are all kinds of ornamental crab apples too. If
Right.
they're and
This
the
is a
ornamental
biggish
ones
tree.
end up with little wee tiny. There's some that end up with tiny
They are
little things
tiny.
that fall off and they don't
Yeah.
really produce fruit. Like you couldn't make
Yeah,
jelly out of it
no.
and bees don't come. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really popular when I was gardening in subdivision.
Oh, okay, because the birds.
1975.
We have a pair of
80.
Orioles that are
Really?
like a, yeah, and they're
Did you
definitely.
feed them?
My mother just gave me, thanks mom. My mom just was giving me heck about that. We only realized we have a pair because we kept seeing the male, and then we noticed the female, and then the male with her, and they were in this one area around the barn in the vines. So we think they're hopefully building a nest because we've been seeing them every day now. So we're gonna put the orange lights out.
I don't think we have big enough, tall enough trees where we are because they like to swing.
Yes,
They
they
do
like
those
the
little-
nest with the kind of, they spin it, sort of weave it
Yeah,
down.
and
Yeah,
it's like a
pretty
basket.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
our
And they all sit in that crabapple tree because Tim had the camera out when I got home from work, and he was. What else did he say he saw? Like, I don't know. There was a whole bunch of birds in there. He kept
Yeah.
going. There's this. There's that. There's this.
and there is a day when they come back. Like they have a day, a number
An Oreo.
in May that Orioles come back to
Oh.
this
okay.
area. And the day that somebody said, "Oh, today's the day Orioles come back," I looked out under my patio,
Oh,
under my
that's
deck,
what Caroline was talking
and
about.
there was an Oriole.
Because that's what Caroline was saying to Tim. No, they only came back 2 days ago. And Tim goes, well, I saw one a week ago at my house. So somebody had their
Well,
scheduling off.
Yeah, well, of course, Tim would have the hyperactive one who got there early,
Yes,
you know.
yes,
He's
exactly.
a little obsessed. You know, I'm getting there. I'm going to Ontario. I'm driving straight through. No sleeping
Yeah.
at nights.
I don't know if I showed this. I knit up this cute little sweater. If you like little cute baby items, Froganette does the most beautiful little sweaters. This is the Alouette sweater. It's just, let me tuck the tag in. It's so super cute with the little tucks. It's like, they were really easy. Honestly, this was a super easy, cute little one piece. It was any what would you say, an advanced beginner could knit this.
Confident beginner.
Confident knitter, yeah. And they did this little, I love this little gathering on the sleeve, so it makes a little flare. Like, is that not the cutest little
I
design?
remember this company because their patterns are so quality.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's is it a company? I think it's a woman that, like,
Okay,
it's
whoever
specifically a designer.
she does.
Yeah.
She does a quality job. So many times you get a pattern that there's a crinkled up piece of paper.
Yeah. And this, it's beautiful, like the color, it's slightly variegated. Because this is what it looks like. Because this is that, and it is 78% cotton with 22% acrylic, which is kind of the perfect amount. And it does have a little bit of a halo on it. That having that little bit of acrylic makes it easy to wash, easy to care for. It's not going to stretch out. You can throw it in the washer dryer, and then that's another. These are stone washed by Cheese. River Wash is identical in everything. Cheese. River Wash is identical, other than the colors are kind of. Oh, that is a stone wash. A little more two-tone colors. See how it's kind of pinkies and orangey reds, and then this is the green. Sorry. The River Wash is like yellow and gold.
River Wash and stone.
Yeah. I guess you think of the stonewash jeans we all wore in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the stonewash ones. Yeah, so that one, super cute. And this can actually, the gauge on this is actually 24 stitches, so it's technically a sport weight. It's a little thinner than a DK. Pattern is a DK, and I got it to gauge, and it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. And I got in the new Making magazine. They're here. This is Dusk. And now it's kind of cool because they actually put in a card so you can digitally download everything. So if you're a pattern person that likes to read everything online and keep it digital, you can load the whole book on digital.
You don't break up your magazine.
Exactly. There's some comfy clothes.
Yeah, it's a pretty magazine.
It really is, and I like how they do this sort of color theme with grays and purplies. And there's a bit of sewing. I always love the toys that they put in here, and usually Susan B. Anderson puts in a toy. That was a sewn toy. That's like a hooked rug. Sweaters, socks. What else is in here? Yeah, cool. That's the Dusk. Technically, that was winter, I believe. I think that one came out winterish. This is the one that just came out in the last couple of months, the Making outside. So I guess number 14 will probably be inside because they do 2 a year and they sort of are opposite to each other.
So what number's that?
This is 13. That's 12.
Yeah, this says this one is coming 13 coming spring 2022. Yeah. So this will be winter.
Technically, they have these rules about what date we're allowed to sell them. I usually get them in the week before we're allowed to sell them, and I don't worry too much about that date, about not selling it before that date. But
okay, I'll bring her mother's cookies when she goes to jail.
Yeah. I don't honestly understand why everybody cares about having it on a certain date. There it goes. Whoa, look at that cute little antler dude. He's knitted. And that little sweater he's wearing. Yeah, like why do they make these dates? Is it just about making people really, really want it so they book ahead and then they know, maybe that's what it is, so they know how many to manufacture and print?
Oh, it's the socks in the back.
Oh yeah, socks.
That's a full cover.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I moved the cookies so I can't reach them, so I can now talk normal. So,
yeah, technically I've already had 3 cookies, so I'm not partaking.
2, but then your kids.
I was driving,
like
so. And then we did get in more of the Big Blue Mama baskets that are the fair trade from Donna. She gives us cards now, which is great. Baskets are made in Bolgatana, Guyana. Are some of the finest baskets produced in all of Africa. Use it for shopping, enjoy it in your home, but know your purchases help the people of Volga as they work to sustain a handicraft that has been part of the region for hundreds of years. Yeah, and these baskets are awesome because I'll tell you, I've been using mine for 2 years? Oh, thanks, Vera. Oh man, look at that. I've been using my basket for 2 years, and I will show it to you. It is loaded. It is heavy 90% of the time, and it looks brand freaking
Yeah,
new.
it does. It's
I mean, I
love-
literally drop it in a snowdrift to get into the car and stuff. Like it's just
Yeah, wow.
even like the handles. Like honestly, God, every
And even
day
all
for
the
2
way it is
years.
around here, there's no.
Yeah, nowhere.
Very cool. Okay,
Awesome, awesome.
you've sold me.
So Vera just brought me. This is a new one that I just hand dyed.
And what's the color of that one?
Well, that is the question.
Oh, okay.
Did you come up with a name, Vera? Vera's good with the names.
Is that Stone Beach or so?
Yeah, we were talking Stone Beach, Little Bluff is what I was
Little Bluff.
thinking about.
Little
Yes.
Bluff.
Yes.
Right,
Uh-huh.
because it's got the big, the beach on Little Bluff is not sand. It's quite large rocks. Like, they're good size.
Yeah, it's a
And they're all
lighter gray. We were
tumbled.
just at
It
Point Peter
is.
this morning,
Yeah.
but it's grayer than that. The beach.
Yeah, technically. This has got a lot of blue in it. Okay, honestly,
Wait, we'll just look at it this way, and then there's a lot of gray.
yes. See, honestly, when I was making this, the limestones and lilacs, I used up the last of the light gray dye, and that one was called Twilight Gray, which for some reason is quite blue. But I do love how that's swatching it out. That
Me
looks
too.
amazing.
Now we just have to decide where we least want tourists to go. Because if you name it Little Bluff, everybody will go there.
I know. Well, honestly, the
Point
few
Peter,
times
man, I
I've
don't know.
been to Little Bluff, it's been overwhelming. Like
And
when the
it's-
beaches are closed, like there's so many
And
people
there's
know about
and
it
it's
now.
and it's you have to pay to get in. So
Do you
Little
get
Bluff,
in?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
because
yeah,
the
yeah,
parking,
yeah.
right?
And
Because
it
people
limits the
abused
number
it.
of
We
people.
left
Yeah, I
so much
know.
garbage the first year of COVID. Oh, poor Little Bluff, man. It was
And
awful.
yeah, they did awful
They
things
really
too.
wrecked
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And it's
Thankfully,
because
the
when I
locals
lived
fixed
down
it
this
up.
way, that's where we went because
Yeah.
nobody knew about it.
It's deep and cold water, and there are a lot of snakes. Just FYI.
Oh my gosh, yes.
A lot of snakes.
everywhere.
I hate snakes. And
in the water, snakes too.
yes.
She'll be swimming around in the water and
Ugh.
everything. Yeah, yeah. So
The
we
snakes
just
love
put
the
them there
rocks.
during tourist season.
Yeah.
No, they're there the rest of the time too. They
Yeah,
really
and
are.
they,
That's a
I-
fabulous, fabulous watch.
when we went one time, there was a snake and it was swimming with a fish in its mouth, and the fish was like
Yeah,
big.
yeah, I know.
I don't like snakes. Freak me out.
Don't go skinny dipping.
Oh God. No. And it's cold and it goes deep fast, so it's not a great beach for kids. And literally, like the stones are like they're kind of big, tumbled stones. They're beautiful stones because they're all smooth and been worn, but no sand. There's no bedrock. It's just
And there's really
big
not
stones.
a beach. Like,
No, and it's not that big either.
and the lake's high this year.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Because-
it's spring high. It's technically lower than normal because you know me being at my house, I'm the water. Where Tim is like the always checks water level, and we're down. We're actually low technically to what we should be for springtime.
So it was a
We haven't
year ago
peaked
though
yet.
that we were way low.
Yes,
'Cause
way
of- I
lower.
went at Point
It was
Peter, I could
bad.
walk all the way out and all the way around the point.
Yeah, because we
on
were
the
worried
shale.
because we couldn't even get the
You couldn't get
kayaks
kayak-
hardly
yeah, yeah.
in because the dock is 20
That's when
feet and it was still
Tim
in
had
the
to
mud.
go out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, but I was down there today and it's places, it's a meter
because,
higher.
Yeah, because Lake Ontario is totally controlled by all the different docks. What do you call it?
The locks.
The locks,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the docks. The locks. So
Yeah, there's probably docks at the locks.
docks at the locks. So they
Yeah, book.
control them, and that's where we
Dr.
got the
Lesley.
first dumping. We had too much water in 2017 because they changed what they allowed in and out. They decided, we can do it our own way. So they did. Totally screwed up. We got flooded, and then in 2019 is when we got twice as bad with the flooding because that was
Right.
up to the second barn. Like the shoreline
that
at
was-
my house, from where it's supposed to be, was in 20 feet from that. It was up past my knees, which would normally have been the edge of our shoreline. Like it was so
Your
bad. Thank
taxes
God
should
our
have gone down.
yeah really
You'd have an
less
acre
land.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God that our old 200-year-old barn is up on a fairly high rocks, but we had water, a pump going 24 hours a day for 3 months, trying to keep it off the wood of the barn because it was so bad, and sandbagging, and oh my God. So then now it's like they've switched their gears, and now they're doing the numbers too much the other way, and then that's when we were too low.
Last year though it was way too low, but that
Way
last year was the summer that I couldn't do, and I couldn't do much in the spring.
Yeah.
So I was really glad that it was down, because I
Yeah.
walked that shoreline
Peter.
from there all
Yeah.
the way around, and miles going the other way too, because you could.
Yeah, yeah.
On the shale, not on
On
It
the
was
bedrock
Not
part.
on the bedrock. It was
Oh.
on the bedrock, not on the
Right.
not on the loose pebbles.
Yes,
So it was
yeah.
fabulous walking.
Yeah.
I kept thinking I needed a horse.
I'll loan you Hooper.
Yeah, no, I don't know that Hooper and I would get along.
Oh, he's a sweet boy. So this was the felted piece that I was working on. I think I showed you before I felted it. So it's now shrunk. So as you can see, it's considerably smaller.
Is that sideways or is that the way you're going to do it?
Okay, no, you said this way.
I said, but I'm not the boss. I'm not the boss.
So yeah, when I had it in my head, it was this way, and then I took it to Bill. What was it, 2 days ago? And went, okay, I'm stuck. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not sure what I'm doing. And he's like, well, I think it's this way. This is the top.
This is
what do you think,
the
people?
Mother
Is
Earth,
this the
all of
top?
that kind of thing. Here's the brain where everything happens, and then it comes down here, and the womb where everything grows out of and comes
Yeah.
out.
I need a.
And it makes it way simple because Mother, like beyond Mother,
Yeah.
there's nothing else.
So
She's the focus.
It's not completely done. These are all lifted, and I will get them so that they're sitting quite open. And Bill made the beautiful suggestion of adding little silk French knots in there, so it looks like little pearls. So I'm working on that, and I am stitching away. So it's all got stitching, and the blue is from a marker. It's one of those dissolvable markers, so I can, because I need to have a path. I can't
Right.
free line this. The one thing I learned when you're trying to make beautiful curves like this, you 100% need to lay down the thread and then follow it, because if you're just trying to stitch, you'll get jerky straight lines, and
Yeah.
I wanted beautiful flowing lines. Now look at that, you can't even see the later stitching in there. There it is. There you can see
And
it.
sometimes I use butcher cord because it gets a really, it's
Yes.
coarse enough to get a nice curve to it.
Well, it's funny because the only reason why I ever came up with that idea of using a piece of thread is because I was into landscaping way back when the kids were little, and I was trying to get the garden to do that curve, and they said you got to put a hose down, and
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
get you the curve. I'm like, oh, okay.
You know a better way?
No.
Drive your lawnmower. I had a riding lawnmower once, and somebody said, how did you get those fabulous curves? You're so artistic. And I didn't have the heart to tell them that. All I did was ride the lawnmower, make the curves so that it was tight enough. If the lawnmower could turn on it,
Yes, that's a
then
smart
that's
way to do it.
yeah, because then I don't have to trim
Because that's what
anything.
Tim is always complaining. I can't get the lawn tractor in there.
Well, that's how you design your beds. You drive the lawn
That'll
tractor
work
on
with
long
me.
grass.
Yeah. And I was messing around with doing like a fold sort of around it, like
It's simple. There's such a beauty in it now, and I don't put a
Yeah.
ton of stuff.
My mom
And I
said she
love
liked
this.
it. Thanks, Mom.
Look at the stitching around the edge. I
Yeah,
think adds
I
a
did,
lot to it. And you're gonna firm all that up, right?
Yeah.
Like,
This will kind of roll up a little bit. I did the, what do you call that? Blanket stitch?
It's a blanket
stitch.
stitch.
Don't know the name of it.
I can do a blanket stitch.
Whew.
I can do
Alright.
the other stitches too. I just hate it.
You know, I hate sewing, but I love stitching, and it makes no sense.
No, there's a whole.
I am not sewing on buttons. I made Vera sew the buttons onto my sweater.
There's
Thanks,
a
Vera.
there's a whole thing. Well, this whole thing that Nella did, the Society of Stitchers. They're not sewers.
No.
They're stitchers, and it's a
It's
whole
different.
it's a whole new other.
And yet I
thing.
like the idea of making clothes, but ugh.
Yeah. You need to make really simple clothes. I'm
The
thinking
trick
of
with this
making
is going to be
myself a
knowing when to
kilt.
stop, right? Like that's always the
Exactly.
trick. It's like, okay, we need to stop now. Oh, and Bill put up this book. Somebody gave me this book, Protest Knits. I don't know. We've shown this before.
There is. I have one at
Make
home.
love, not walls. Haha, Trump. and
Yeah.
his
I
stupid
have one of
walls.
those that's it's been around for a long time, and it's called craftivism.
Oh, okay. Oh, we need to do that. Those are funny. Put like hands that hug a tree and they're crocheted around it. We should put that on
On your tree out
on
front.
the tree out front. Oh, and if you're coming to the store, if you've seen people Instagram, Mr. Bum Jangles is back out front. He's got wearing his sign, and he's got a little chair there for your husband. So he says, what does the sign say? It's my wife told me to wait here while she went in the yarn shop. That's it. And so he's
Except
a
It
skeleton.
should say my spouse
Give a
because.
damn. Yeah, technically, you're
What do you
right.
mean technically?
Yeah,
It should. You must have
No, you're
men who
right.
come in and buy yarn.
down with bad stuff. Resist. Yes,
Because that way you can make it gender neutral.
it's true because we definitely have nasty woman. Nasty. Yeah, because you're right. All right, I will change the sign, Phil.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
There we are. See? There is a use. I have a purpose.
What else
Oh, the market. Speaking of my purpose.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that one, a little womb. I think we all should
Oh,
be
yeah,
wearing this
yeah,
pin
yeah.
right now.
No.
A little uterus.
Yes.
In support of the uterus. Leave my uterus alone.
It's so cute.
Yeah, actually, you leave my uterus alone. So the
I've
government
seen-
gets to decide what to do with my uterus, or the woman and a medical professional. Well, that seems to be the most obvious answer. But sorry. Okay, so tell us about your market.
The market. Well, it was
The
just
market.
great fun, and if anybody is looking for something to do on a Saturday morning, you should probably be close to Picton because, you know, in a matter of weeks, there won't be anywhere to stay in Prince Edward County. I mean, if you don't book now, you won't have a place this summer. I talked to a guy who does wine tours at one of the wineries. They're booked. They're not taking any more tours. The tour companies have booked them.
No, are you serious?
I won't tell you which winery it is, but it's a big one. The biggest tour they have is 63 people booked, a busload coming in. But the county is nuts at the moment. Anyway, if you're coming just for the day, the Eddy Farm and Hotel between Wellington and Bloomfield on Loyalist Parkway has now on Saturday mornings, we're holding the
Yeah.
Wellington Farmers Market there.
And it used to be called
It used to be called Fields on West Lake.
Fields on Westlake, right?
And Mark, he does the county marathon.
Okay.
He and his wife ran it before, these two guys. And they've done a fabulous job, and it just is, there's 38 vendors, they have a space for charity vendors, there's a different one every week, and I had my gender-neutral baby quilts there, and I didn't sell any, but I told my daughter that afterwards, and she said, well, Dad, the idea isn't to sell quilts, is it? I said, no, it's not. It's to expound about the importance of all of us getting rid of gender stereotypes and gender expectations based on apparent gender.
Yeah.
So my booth is called It's Not About Their Bits. I had lots of people stop and talk to me. I had one couple walk by at the very end, and they didn't stop and talk to me, but they made some rude comments, with one of them being, well, that's taking things a little far, isn't it? Well, maybe. I'm glad I'm not your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was great fun.
Gotta take
come
it far
and say
enough.
hi.
Make it work sometimes.
Well, if nothing else, for the next 25 more weeks, I will get to talk to people about gender, and it will just become a natural part of conversation, as it should be.
Yes, and what were you talking about with pronouns? You just if you want to ask someone what their pronouns are, ask what their pronouns are.
Yes.
Saying
For
which
the
ones
longest
do you
time-
prefer, it's not a preference, it's
Right.
who they are.
There's a woman who came along who works on the crew or the production of Drag Race, the TV show, and she said that was one of the first things that she had to learn is, you learn when you're trying real hard to ask people, what pronoun do you prefer? What's your preferred pronoun? Well, it's not preferred. It is. It's
Yeah.
what is.
What
So
is
you
your
ask people,
pronoun?
what is your pronoun?
Yeah.
It's some really fabulous discussions. Had people from Instagram
And most people are really
and
thankful when you
Facebook just
ask,
come and
too.
looked for me. Just
Oh,
'cause
cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Your
was
fans,
really pleased.
your
right.
fans are finding you.
Right. The other big excitement is that tomorrow I'll find out if I made the short list in the writing contest.
Oh, okay. Right. I did read your story, by the way. Yeah, it was
Pleasant, eh?
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I really want it to win because that gets published and all of that stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
very
was
personal.
long listed, but again, it's a conversation, and it's conversations, it's topics that people need to talk about.
Yep.
Can't
True enough.
not talk about them. We can't whisper about them anymore.
No, it's true. I've
It's-
never
it's
written
too
down
late.
my story either, so.
It's a story that
That's true.
deals with me being abused as an 11-year-old by a music teacher, and it's my story. So
Yeah.
anyway, but I
Yeah.
guess once they tell it, it's out there in the world. That's my news for the week. And I finished my quilt, and I started a new
It's
one.
Lesley Bill.
Yeah. Is it 30 minutes? How long have we been talking?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's okay. Hello,
It's
Doris.
not that long.
So what were you gonna say? Your new quilt, your red one, you
Oh,
finished.
I finished
yeah,
it.
we want pictures. Did you get pictures?
I
Did you
did.
take pictures
I
of
did
it?
take a picture. I always take. It's one on my Instagram feed. It's also one on my Facebook feed. Oh, it says we're live right now.
Yes. That's good news.
Yeah, I know.
is live in the corner. Too.
There's a QR code.
There you go.
There's a QR code on it. There it is. Oh, it doesn't.
Oh.
It's not. It's redder than that. That looks.
Almost oranges. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because it's deeper
I
reds.
keep moving around so you
That's
get an
beautiful.
idea. And then down in the bottom
You
is a
take away
long.
the dark there. Try it
Oh.
that way. No, no. I was hoping the white might be flaring.
And then
there.
on the very bottom of it, the letters are a line from a song by Milk called Quiet. And there's a little QR code that will take you to that the song, and this line that's there is there'll be someone who understands. And that's when you tell a story like this, I think it's really important that there is somebody who understands.
Yeah.
That's my quilt that goes with my story, but nobody knows it goes with my story. And I don't know whether that's
And
important.
where are you sending that quilt?
I'm going to enter it in Art in the County.
Oh, okay.
And if it isn't
we're gonna
there,
compete.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, we're both fabulous, so we'll both get in.
Yes.
And my husband will be competing as well.
Oh, he's putting. Yeah, Larry does beautiful
Yeah.
photography. So okay.
He has two in
Cool.
the show that's at the Parrot Gallery right now.
Oh,
The Parrot
nice.
Invitational Jury Show. He has two photos in that one.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well, that's about it for today.
It's
We're
in
gonna
2
wrap it.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And there'll be exciting things by then because we will have had. It'll be summer.
Yeah. Yeah, will it be?
What
No,
will
it'll be
what's
in
the
May.
date? This is still.
I don't know.
What's the
So
date
it's-
today? The 18th? 17th. It's the 17th. 18th. It's the 18th.
Mhm.
So it'll be April. It'll be
April.
It'll be June. It'll be June Fool's Day.
June Fool's
God.
Day.
I'm old. I don't have a decent memory anymore.
You don't need to have the days of the week. It doesn't matter.
I need to go backwards for a month and
You just need me to
I
say,
need
"Hey,
to-
Bill, show up at 4:30
Yeah,
today."
yeah. Well, it was good thing you said you were going to be a few minutes
I
late
don't know what's
because
in my
otherwise.
cookies. Mom, what did you put in my those
Yeah.
cookies? Yeah, because she does have an occasional wheat cookies in her freezer. You
Oh,
never
really?
know what we're doing.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm all good. I can't do that stuff.
No.
No, because of the liver thing.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
It just puts me to sleep. I just have my little piece of wheat chocolate before I go to bed because I have insomnia right now. Thank you, menopause.
I take a
It's like,
pill that says now that you are postmenopausal.
Your pill says that?
Well, a box of the pills. It's for people who are postmenopausal.
Okay.
It's a bone pill.
Oh, okay.
So I missed all the menopause. It just went straight to postmenopausal. No, it's stuff because I have osteoporosis.
Oh,
started.
okay.
So, yeah, just in my
So,
spine.
right. I don't think I have I think the last time I did do a bone density, I was all good.
It's just my spine.
What am I? How old am I? I'm 53.
Yeah, so in 20 years maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll be 54 in
Am I
June,
that much older
July.
than you?
Whatever the hell my birthday is.
I'm not that much
Hey,
older than
I
you.
know.
am
Yeah,
I?
you're just like 18 years, I think, older than me.
I'm 72
Yeah, and
next
I'm
month.
53.
Okay. She's young enough to be my daughter. I could be your dad.
Please.
My
dad can't
Notice I
cook.
didn't
My
say your
dad-
daddy, because it would
No.
just be too much.
Oh,
no.
Lord, no.
Okay, stop
No,
now.
man. If I had you and my mom, it would be everyone would be fed. There'd be food, and there'd be
Yeah.
crock pots, and it'd be
Yeah.
fantastic, and gardens, and yeah, it'd be all good.
I wouldn't lose. I'd have a knitted hat.
Yes, at all times.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we're gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much for joining us.
We
Love
didn't turn
you.
this. We didn't turn the star on.
No,
okay.
we didn't.
Bye bye. We'll see you next week.
We know
2
you're all
weeks.
stars.
2 weeks.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.